If you're ready to drop your learned personality and ineffective behavior and start living your God contract, and this is the agreement that your soul and God made before you were born about what you wanted to learn. If you're willing to know what that is and change your behavior and start living your God contract, then you're in the right place. I'll take you there. Good morning. I'm Kathy Callahan, your psychic, and I'm all about God, psychic, and solutions. Welcome to my every Saturday morning show called Psychic Saturday Free Readings. Today's topic is, what do you look for in a mate? And before we get started, I'd like to let you know that you can join me every Saturday morning, 8 o'clock Arizona time. And if you haven't already subscribed to Facebook Live with me, or if you're not already following, if you do that now, you'll receive an announcement every time I go live, and you won't have to set your alarm. You can also see all my videos. Some of them are instructional, and you can find them on my YouTube channel, and it's called A Godly Psychic. Every time I do a free Psychic Saturdays reading, I upload it to YouTube, so you can find all of the past ones there. And my website is called agodlypsychic.com. And on that, you'll find each month's forecast for your sign. And I do free mini readings here on Facebook Live, and I also do private readings, which are on Skype and paid, and those are on my services tab at agodlypsychic.com. So today's topic is, what do you look for in a mate? And I know in the British countries, mate means friend. My husband's my friend, so that might apply here. But when it comes to your love life, what you're looking for in marriage, what you're looking for in a significant other, what is it that you're looking for? And I do want to say hello to everybody who has logged in so far. Gail Robinson, hello Gail. Maureen, hi Maureen, good morning sunshine. Sylvia Lopez, Marie Liker. Candy, good morning Candy. Morning ladybug. Okay, so I'll start with my own while you're writing your question down. And if you don't get your question answered, write it again, because all of the questions scroll up the screen and then they're gone for me. So please ask. You may have to ask more than once. So I'll tell you what I'm looking for when it comes to a life partner. Morning, Paul. Mr. Airman. The first thing that I look for is brains. I love interesting conversations. I'm an Aquarian. I like to talk about current events. I like to talk about the weather. I like to talk about the whys of life. I like to talk with somebody who says more than, I don't know. So I am looking and found Kevin, and he's a Leo, and he is smart. Oh my God, he is. And fortunately for our marriage, he is a really good peacemaker as well. I'm kind of the hothead of the household, and he is the one who thinks rationally, and he thinks solutions, and that's something that I've been learning from him the last 13 years. Go for the solutions. Yes, every relationship has its problems, but if you don't find workable solutions, you're kind of sunk. So I have looked for brains, somebody, and this guy's really smart. He's smart in the things that I'm not, math and science, and I really admire that in him. Okay, let's see. Let's look for our first question, psychic question of the morning. Marie Liker. I'm not sure I'm really looking, but I think I might be picky. Good girl, because, and I'll finish reading your question here in just a second, because if you'll settle for abusers, if you'll settle for people who want you to do all the effort in the relationship, they will continue that behavior. So if you're picky, that's good. Hold them to high standards. Hold yourself to high standards. That's really the ultimate goal in a relationship, is that they teach you and you teach them, and you don't settle for crap. But I look for an old-fashioned kind of guy. He has good conversation, he's loving and passionate, and good to me and my son. Is that asking too much? No! Here's what. If you have children from a previous relationship and you're looking to settle down, it's dangerous out there sometimes, because there are predators who will say, yeah, I want to be in a relationship with you. And sadly, what they're after is your children. So, ask a lot of questions, be picky, don't sleep with people before you know who they are, don't invite them into your home if you have children. And what's your sign, Marie? I don't see that. Picky is good, old-fashioned, good conversation, loving, passionate, romantic, and good to me and my son. All wonderful qualities, and as mothers, we should be teaching these qualities to our sons, because one day they're going to have a significant other, and if they don't bring that to the relationship, they're going to get left behind. Women are waking up, and they just don't settle for that crap anymore. Scorpio. Yep, Marie, here's what. Ask the deep questions. Ask the things that most people won't ask. I was talking to a Pisces recently, and she said, I don't even know what questions to ask. Hook up with a Scorpio as a friend, and they'll tell you what questions to ask. Maureen, my husband doesn't seem to be present most of the time. How do I handle this? Looks like you are an Aries, and he is a Virgo. Nothing I say seems to work. We are nothing alike. Well, in this area, Miss Maureen, you're not alike. And here's what happens when you have a significant other who's not present. Several things. And because he's a Virgo, I am going to put it out there that he's waiting for something. He's waiting to be valuable enough for you. He's waiting to be important enough for you. And I guarantee you this did not start in your marriage. This started a long time ago with him feeling like he's not enough. And as an Aries, your tendency may be to say, snap out of it, get over it. I'm here and I love you, and what more do you want? Let's get on the road with this show. But Virgos, if they have grown up around abuse or abandonment, they don't think they're good enough and valuable enough to anybody. And so to get him present, my suggestion would be to do what Aries are here in their God contract to get, and that is to get their needs met. That's a life purpose of an Aries. So I'm going to recommend that you go to him and give him what he needs. And a lot of women that are in significant relationships, they say, why didn't their mother teach them this? Why do I have to be a mother and a wife? Because that's life. And my suggestion for you is to go to him and tell him why he's important to you, why he's valuable, why he makes a difference for being here. Also, I would ask you whether or not Virgos are chronic worriers. Until they find a God they can do business with and turn it over to that higher power, they think they have to solve every problem, and sometimes they're not equipped. So my suggestion to you is to take a look at your marriage and his work, or lack of work, or his children, or his friendships, and see if you can, well, I know you can, you're a Scorpio, see if you can figure out what it is in his life that he seems to worry about most. And let this marriage be an opportunity for you to fill him up emotionally. Because as you remind him what he's really good at and why you love him, it's going to fill him up. And that's what Scorpios do. They're the healers. Morning, Kevin. Okay, Gail Robinson. Am I with the one that I'm going to end up with? Aquarius here. All right, Gail. Oh, you're both Aquarians. Okay. Well, two Aquarians can get on really well. Could you give me his first name, please? And also, could you tell me what you're looking for in a mate? Marie Liker. Hi, sissy. Hi, honey bunny. How's that little baby of yours? And so today's topic is, what do you look for in a mate? So Gail and Bruce, how do things look? You're welcome, Maureen. Two Aquarians in a relationship that may have difficulties is the ability to get out of your head, very Aquarian, and into your heart. So my suggestion for you and Bruce, the baby's sleeping. So my suggestion for you and Bruce is to talk about feelings. It's really easy to talk about ideas. Aquarians are the Zodiac idea kings and queens. We're problem solvers. We can have a very dry relationship if we're not careful. Is this a man, Maureen, that you can, no, not Maureen, it was Gail. Gail, is this a man that you can cry in front of? Is this a man who will hug you when you're hurting? Are you a woman who, when he is worried, can do the same thing back? I know, lots of men say, I don't want to cry, I don't need to cry, I'm a big grown-up man, I don't need to cry. The thing with two Aquarians getting together is that they may tend to be more like a couple of professors enjoying a scholarship ride at the nearest college than they are romantic. It's great to have good conversation. It's wonderful to have ideas that you can throw back and forth. It's also good if you have opposing, say, I don't know, political views. But there's more to a marriage than that. And so I would encourage you to look at feelings occasionally. I mean, Aquarians aren't famous for their feelings. We're kind of known as cold and direct. Gail, I'm working on that one. Okay. I have a hard time with men not being strong all the time. Oh, I know. Here's the problem, Miss Gail. As I see it, and you know I'm opinionated, and I could be wrong. Most mothers are single and raising sons and giving them all the attributes that they know personally as a woman. And it makes the men less strong. It's It's a terrible epidemic. The men are afraid to step up. I think Women's Lib did this also. They're afraid to step up and do what they do best, and that is lead the relationship, lead the family, be the spiritual leadership in their role as husband or boyfriend. And instead you have men who are afraid to say anything. They don't want to disagree. They don't want to make any waves. Well, life is full of passion, and passion sometimes includes loud words. I mean, you should hear it at our house sometimes. So I am going to suggest, Miss Gail, that you sit down with this man and do the same thing that I was recommending in the previous reading. Teach him what his mom didn't teach him or his dad didn't teach him. Teach him what's wonderful about him. Teach him that when he makes a decision for the family, let's say, I don't know, you two are together. I don't know if you live together or you're married, but he's got to be in charge of something. You cannot do everything for a man or you take away his masculinity. So whatever you have put him in charge of, sit down together and remind him every day. I mean, you can't be in a loving relationship and not feed it every day. Remind him how proud of him you are when he stepped up and mowed the lawn. Remind him of how well he's doing at work and how proud you are that he is not a slacker. Find something that you can reinforce in him, and you'll find him getting stronger. And gentle reminder, Aquarians are strong women, and it's a fine line not to emasculate our men. Okay, sweetheart, thank you. Teresa Mises, someone who loves G-D. Does that mean God? I hope so. Values all living beings, wants to make the world a better place for future generations. Animal lover, nature lover, kind, honest, faithful, loyal, and selfless. Really good choices, Miss Teresa. And I don't see what sign you are or what your question is. So if you want to add that to the discussion, please do. You know, that's really interesting. You said an animal lover. I was in a relationship a long time ago with a man who was a Scorpio, and he could not control his rages. And he picked up my dog, which was a Labrador, big dog, I don't know, 75 pounds, and threw it against the wall in one of his rages. That was the end of the relationship. Anybody who cannot be kind to animals is not going to be kind to you. Okay, Teresa Mises, Virgo, what's your question, honey bunny? Christina Elaine, want a man first. Sagittarius, honey, if you want a man, you better know what you're looking for, or you're going to fall for anybody. You're going to end up with someone who's not compatible with you, who doesn't share the same values with you, and you got to be more specific. Come on, Christina Elaine, tell me what it is you're looking for. Christina Elaine. And Teresa Mises, I have a black lab. Yeah, they're big dogs. Indrani Phillips, hey, welcome back, Indrani. Nice to see you again. My man is Michael. He's a Virgo and would love anything you tune in on our amazing relationship. All right, Indrani, you may have logged in late. Let me remind everybody to post your question, please, in this way. The topic today is, what do you look for in a mate? So, Indrani, I need to know what you're looking for in Michael. And I need to know your astrological sign and his astrological sign. And a specific question, please. Teresa Mises, will I find my life partner? Depends on what you're looking for. I'm going to caution you. This card says that you're attracting people who aren't telling you the whole truth. They're liars. They're not honest with themselves, and they're not honest with you. So if you want to find a life partner, Teresa, look for somebody who's got strength. Look for somebody who is affectionate. And look for somebody who is in it for the long haul. Do you see this figure up here? I don't remember what it's called, an infinity sign or something. Look for somebody who wants to be married, wants a life partner like you do, because there's plenty of men and women out there who are just looking for a quick fling. And that's going to break your heart. So please, be specific. Write it down if you have to. Christina Elaine. Honest, funny, faithful, easy, right? Sure it is. Because here's what happens. When you put it out there to the universe, to God, to whatever it is that you believe in, whatever your spiritual nature is, when you put it out there, Christina, I want an honest guy. I want a funny and faithful guy. God, he sounds like my Kevin. He's taken. Forget it. When you put it out there to the universe, that's what you're going to get back. The universe works behind the scenes to make your desires happen. We can't do it, but God can. So when you get specific, you'll know in your heart what's happening. When a new guy comes into your life and you're going, something doesn't feel right. And in your heart, God is going to tell you, this guy's a liar. Put him aside. Or this guy is not in it for the long haul. Put him aside. Or this one can't take stress and he's going to be abusive to you. Put him aside. Trust your instincts, but first get really clear about what it is that you're looking for. Write it down. Put it on a mirror. Put it on a Post-it. And keep reminding yourself, because what you feed your brain is eventually what happens. All right. Thank you, ma'am. Teresa Mises, thank you. You're welcome, honey. Sylvia Lopez. Sylvia is an Aquarian. Oscar's a Scorpio. Do you see a future with me and him? I'm looking for family-oriented, strong. I know, right? Funny, honest, and loyal. All right, here. Let's look and see if Oscar's got what you're looking for, Miss Sylvia. Yes, but keep in mind, he's a work in progress. What I see around the two of you is that with a Scorpio, they have high standards. So what you ask of him, he's going to be asking right back of you. So make sure your side of the street is clean. Strong, no question. Scorpios that have gotten over their past are strong. Funny? I guess they can be funny. You're the Aquarian, Sylvia. You might be the funny one in the relationship. Honest and loyal, yes. But here's the red flag. Scorpios are known to be very private. And I'm not saying that Oscar is this, but he has a natural tendency to hold secrets or to do things behind the scenes. And you don't want that. You want a loyal man. And so it's important when you and Oscar sit down to talk about that. Does he know what you're looking for? Does he know what you hope that this relationship builds into? Because every time we meet somebody, every time we begin a relationship, it is not at its peak. There's a lot for each of us to learn. Christina says, I was married to a Scorpio. That didn't work. Well, here's the wonderful thing about Scorpios. And I don't want to scare you, Sylvia, and tell you that he's doing something that he's not doing. But he's a work in progress, and so are you. And when it doesn't work with a Scorpio, it's usually because they're asleep, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. They tend to be loners, so sometimes it's hard for them to mesh with their partner. So ask a lot of questions, Sylvia. Here's what I'm looking for, and what are you looking for? What do you want, Oscar? What can I bring to the table? Okay, thank you. Indrani, did you answer mine? I may have missed it. Ask it again, Indrani, because all the questions go right up my screen and then they're gone. So if you're out there and you have a question, I have time for another question, so make it quick. I need first names, I need what you're looking for in a mate, and I need your birth signs. In the meantime, let me remind you, if you have not already subscribed to Facebook Live with me, if you subscribe, you'll get a beep, a announcement that I've gone live so that you can join me next Saturday. And let's see, if you haven't already, I have each month's forecast, astrological forecast for your sign or your significant other's sign or your children's sign. Thank you, that helps a lot. You're welcome, Sylvia. And join me and subscribe to my YouTube to see all my videos. You'll see the Free Psychic Saturdays videos, and you'll also see instructional videos, lots of information. Go to A Godly Psychic on YouTube and subscribe. And if you would like a private reading, or if you would like to be part of a psychic party online, just go to my website, agodlypsychic.com, and go to the Services tab. Maureen Crave Snow. Did you see any brain damage in my husband? He's the Virgo I mentioned. He had a stroke. The doctors couldn't do a scan as he has a pacemaker. I need patience. Well, yeah, honey. Here's the thing about a committed relationship. Eventually, we're all going to have health problems. And there have been really wonderful things that have happened with people who have had strokes or they've been in comas. It's amazing what your love for this man can do. Love is a healing energy. Pour it into him. Even if he had brain damage, I don't know that he had brain damage, but what I do know is that it slowed him down. He really had to reevaluate everything. Pour that love into him, because love is what's going to bring him back. It's done it from people who have had near-death experiences. It's done it for people who have been in comas. It's done it for people who are really, really sick. It's amazing what somebody's love can do to bring them back. Thank you for hitting on valuing him. It's something I need to work on. You'll do it, Miss Maureen. Paul Sagittarian, will a wanted upcoming project come to fruition? Paul, tell me what you're looking for in a mate, and I'm going to shuffle the cards and tell you. Hurry up. We're almost out of time here, Paul. Put in your question, put in your answer. What are you looking for in a mate? Today's topic. And yes, absolutely. Probably within 30 days, your upcoming project will come to fruition. Maureen Crave Snow, I won't leave him. Atta girl. Okay, we're almost done here. I've got time for another question. Paul, what are you looking for? And anybody else out there, what are you looking for? Teresa Mises, what is the man I'm with lies about to me? I'm sorry, honey, I don't understand your question. Indrani, I'm looking for a deeper spiritual relationship with my husband, Michael. He's a Virgo, I'm a Scorpio. I'll tell you the difference between the two of you, Indrani. His deep spiritual relationship is not as emotional and mental as yours. His deep spiritual relationship is, what can I do every day? That's what he needs to be recognized for, are the qualities that he brings to the relationship your Michael brings to your relationship. Hey, I fixed the car. Hey, I put gas in the car. Hey, I mowed the lawn. Hey, I cleaned up the dishes. Hey, I fed the dog. That's a spiritual relationship with a Virgo. That's not a spiritual relationship with a Scorpio. A Scorpio says, what have I looked deep inside, asked God to help heal, and been successful? So you have two very different spiritual things going on. Don't discount either one. Maureen, thank you for spending this time with us. You're a damn... No, honey. I'm no saint. Talk to my husband. Indrani, yes, he does the actions. And how often do you tell him, I love you for this? Because that's spiritual for him. Paul, Sagittarian, look for my anchor. Aww, that is so sweet. Okay, an anchor is somebody who can start over with you when you make mistakes, or when she makes mistakes. We say, okay, let's forgive and move on. And an anchor is somebody who says, Paul, you are a wonderful guy, and this is why I love you. And Paul, don't you forget to do that for her too, because what you need from her, you also need to give her. All right, sweet darlings, we're out of time. I can't wait to speak with you again. Every day on my Facebook page, a free psychic reading. You will see my daily card with what we can learn from each of the 12 signs. I haven't done one today yet, but I'll do that after this. I want to thank everybody who joined, commented, subscribed, followed, and I appreciate so much all your comments. I'd love to meditate with him, stretch and be present. Indrani, don't count on it. Go do that with your girlfriends. He's a Virgo. Love you all. See you next time. Bye, everybody. Thank you for liking, following, subscribing, and commenting. And most of all, I thank God that He blesses your life mightily. Love you.